guys, foodies, welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to cook cube steak. We're going to make basically what they call country fried or chicken fried cube steak. I'm not going to do the sausage gravy and stuff, which is one other thing to do with it. We're just actually making the cube steaks. There are a whole bunch of things you can do with them after you make them. Today, I'm actually keeping them simple. I'm not putting anything on them, and we're just going to have this with, believe it or not, macaroni and cheese on the side. This is a really fast, easy meal. As usual, Shop the Pig, Piggly Wiggly, Steinberg's Piggly Wiggly is our meat sponsor, and that's where I got these beautiful, delicious beef cube steaks. So, what you need for this is a covered pan. Actually, I don't think you need the covered one, but I'm going to use the covered one because it will splatter. Olive oil, 6 eggs, salt, pepper, onion pepper, and garlic powder. And then, of course, 6 cube steaks. You'll also need a spatula for turning in here, a platter to put them on when they're done. I'm pretty sure, and flour. Obviously, you have to have flour. So, the first thing you do is you pour the olive oil in the pan, which I did to start things because I have a small amount of kitchen space. We ended up having another couple big weeks here, and I ended up being kind of busy, so I'm doing this on a weekend, which is really unusual. So I'm doing it fast. So the oil is in here just enough to cover the bottom well, and turn the heat up to medium-high as usual. Then pour your flour in a container that you could dip into. You want probably a good 1/4 inch of flour on the bottom, actually more like a 1/2 inch of flour on the bottom. There you go, for 6 cube steaks. Put in your salt, or put in all your seasonings to taste. What I would suggest, I'm just going to shake it because I know what to do, but I'm going to say probably a teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of the onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of the garlic powder. This is one of those meals that you have to use the powders because you're mixing the powders with the flour. Okay? So, needless to say, I'm not measuring, but that's okay. I don't need to for what I know, what I like. But those are, I'll put the ingredients, of course, in the Show More tab. Bloop. Oh, this onion powder is, I never thought to use onion powder. I always used onion salt, and then somebody turned me on to it. I can't remember why. And what a difference it makes. Okay, once you get all that in there, mix it up. And I had a whisk out here, and I put it back. It was kind of silly. Okay, make sure it gets mixed in really good. Use a whisk. It's the easiest thing to use. Okay. Simple as this. Now, do you remember what I told to do with pans to see if they're hot enough? Just get a little bit of water on your fingers. Doesn't take much. Drop water in there. It did not sizzle, so this is not hot enough yet. So we're going to wait. The way this works is we're going to take a patty, dip it in the flour, shake off the excess, dip it in the eggs, let it drip a little bit, go back to the flour and coat it really well, and set it right in the pan and start it cooking. I don't think I can get all 6 in here. I'm probably going to do 3 at a time. So I'm going to take the lid off now because I know we don't need the lid for this. And I've got my platter here so that when they're done, we can move it over. It only takes about 3 minutes per side to cook these, so 6 minutes to cook. That's not really a long time, which is why I've already got the water boiling for my macaroni and cheese. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that off because it'll only take a few moments to start it again. I want to get the first 3 cooking before I cook the macaroni and cheese. So what I'm going to do is take the wrappers off. There we go. Oh, something interesting happened last week. Luke Bryan had a concert here in Wisconsin. Not Farm Aid. We did Farm Aid 2 weeks ago. And I had a private party hire me to take me up to the concert. It was dusty. Oh my God, it was dusty. It's called the Luke Bryan Farm Field Tour. He literally rents farms from people and has a show in the middle of a corner, of a field. It's just really cool. All right, this is ready. This looking like it's probably pretty close. Let's get a little water on my fingers again. Yep, there's the sizzle we wanted. All right, perfect. So, remember, take your beefsteak and get a good coating on it. Drop it in the egg. And do it again. Okay, set it in the pan. And repeat. Rinse and repeat. You know how that goes. Egg. Voila. Yep, I was right. 3 at a time is going to work. I like this. Okay. Drop it in here. Rinse off my fingers. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. Well, technically by the time I'm done washing the stuff off my fingers, I'm going to set it for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So, let's clear this. 2, 3, 0, start. Alright, that's cooking. Since I'm using a non-stick pan, I have a non-stick spatula. I'm going to shake this around so it's ready for the last 3. This is, whenever you're dipping flour, it's a little messy. I'm sure you can see a little flour here. It's one of the reasons why I don't cook this very often. It's messy, but we're talking about dinner in 10 minutes. I mean, really, 10 minutes for dinner. And it's going to be really good. And of course, we're going to have green beans on the side. I was doing some shopping for one of my businesses at Menards of all places, and they had a huge sale on green beans, 50 cents a can. What the heck, 50 cents a can, I bought 2 cases of green beans. So that's what we're going to have with this. We're going to have macaroni and cheese and green beans. So once I turn these, I'm going to start the water back up so that everything gets done about the right time. But this will go pretty quick here. On our show, What Happened to the World Today, we came across a story about high school IDs where the kids dress up as pop icons, you know, movie stars, singers, even animated cartoon people. Some of them were absolutely incredible. And what's really funny is a week after we did our show, I'm at the gas station, and you know how a lot of gas stations have the little news blurbs and stuff that come up there? They were talking about it today, and we did this story a week ago. So we're ahead of the game. So it's what happened to the world today. Not what happened, you know, it's what happened to the letter T-O, of course. You're going to want to check it out. It's kind of cool. All right, we should be down to, 45 seconds. So this is going pretty quick. What else can we talk about? I guess what I'll do is I'll turn this off, I'll flip this, and when it's done, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Hey, Funguy foodies, we're back. Had a little accident here. I did something stupid. Got interrupted or distracted, and I made a mess in here. So we're coming at the end of the whole show here. This is on its last batch. You can see the first 3 that I cooked. Look how beautiful they are. Absolutely exactly what you want. These are almost there. We're down to the last 2 minutes right now. So I had to restart the macaroni and cheese, but really this is all there is to it. So once it's done, you take it out, let it cool for a short period of time. One of the things I like to do, you can make these at lunchtime and put them on hamburger buns with mayonnaise, lettuce, and tomato. They are so awesome. Obviously, you can make the country fried steaks where you make the sausage gravy and pour it right over the top. Another good thing to do. I've seen some where you could use cream of mushroom soup and stuff like that. I'm actually going to do another one of these recipes probably in the winter, and I'll do one with the gravy or something, because wintertime is great for gravies and soups and stuff like that. But this is a multi-purpose type food, very simple. As you can see, there is leftover flour and egg that obviously I'm just going to throw away, which I hate doing, but there's no other way to do it without having excess, because if it gets too thin, you don't get your coating on your food, and it's not the same. So, I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Funguy the Entertainer, cooking for you.